I know in the book you have one of the nightmares or one of the problems is not having a vision, right? What about having, as many of us do, many visionaries do, having too many visions, right? Or not being able to stop the vision train. It's, oh my God, one vision after another, and then the rest of the team has whiplash because there's 20 visions last month, right?
Yeah. So what we teach at EOS Worldwide and in the EOS process is we teach a concept called core focus, and that's really getting that entrepreneur to ultimately focus. And when we talk about these 8 mistakes to avoid, these 8 mistakes were created by me realizing in the first decade or two of working with entrepreneurs, when they would come to me at their 10th employee, looking at their current state of frustration and solving all those problems, but seeing where they could have headed all of those problems off at the past if they knew about these things that we're talking about. And so one of them is that, yes, they're just kind of doing too many things, or they got themselves into 2 and 3 businesses, not one. And so at EOS Worldwide, we call that core focus. And the idea behind core focus is to get that entrepreneur to realize what is their sweet spot as a business and to not get distracted by what we call shiny stuff. And shiny stuff are, the more successful you are, this is a great Jim Collins quote, I hope I can get it right, but he says, and actually it's a quote from his book, Good to Great. He might be quoting another leader, but it's, the more successful you become in business, the more likely you are to die of indigestion of too many opportunities than from starvation of not enough. And so the point there is, the more successful you get, the more is going to come at you, and you've got to become masterful at saying no. And so to your point, absolutely. Know your sweet spot, know what you're good at, stay in that sweet spot. And let's pretend you want to build a $5 million company. If you can go do $5 million in business in that sweet spot, why on earth would you look anywhere else? And so, yeah, it's all about, keeping that entrepreneur focused, certainly later in life, but also out of the chute. Yes. And that one of those mistakes I'm teaching them to do is get clear on that vision. I show them how to get clear on their vision for their organization. But there's a difference because when they're becoming a mature company, they absolutely have to stay true to their core. When there's a startup, the plan's going to change like 6 times in the first 3 years. And so they have to masterfully decide what is shiny stuff and what isn't. And so this is where there's not this perfect answer, because the plan they start with is not the one they're going to end up with. And so in that case, sometimes they do have to go, okay, this idea isn't entirely working, so I need to change the plan a little bit and shift to something more like this.